Hey, what up, guys? It's Nuffluff again. Ended up power leveling an alt through SFK and optimized the best way to do these runs. So I wanted to share how to do these runs with y'all. I do the whole tower. Uh, Ended up where I was just doing the mobs, but then I hit instance cap and was having to wait like 5 minutes. So I'm going to show you the most efficient way of doing this, and I'm just going to let the video run. I'm not going to stop it at any point. That way you guys can get an idea of the pathing. You can kind of just run this video alongside your main monitor and just kind of follow what I do. Well, first things first, you just clear out this beginning area and get the guy walking. Right here it's kind of a pain in the butt because there's like some like terrain effects. Maybe if you're like a gnome or an undead mage, you don't have that problem, but because trolls are so tall, you kind of get that problem. Oh, here I just AE everything down. Also, like the only really real requirements for this spec are ice barrier, or for this run is ice barrier. So you have ice barrier. Oh, and ice block. You're gonna need ice block too. So I also have magic absorption, which kind of helps because these mobs want to throw curses on you, and you replenish some mana when you resist the curses. So all right, here I'm actually going to go to that one paladin ghost boss. So I'll actually end up in the courtyard. I didn't mean to pull that mob, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to be pulling them anyway, so I just end up going with it. Here I have also a slow debuff, which is going to expire in 1 second. But once you get rid of that, then it should be smooth sailing. So pretty self-explanatory. Frost Nova all these into place. Refresh your ice barrier, and then you don't have to pull this guy. He ends up pulling anyways. Blink past these guys. Right here, you don't want to Frost Nova everything in this room. Like if you can Frost Nova everything but the boss, that's kind of ideal, because if you Frost Nova everything, you risk everything getting reset. So you want to just kind of Frost Nova half of them. So I just run through those mobs that come and hit me. They don't really hit for much, so it's not a big deal. I just want to kind of pull everything together. Kind of self-explanatory. Also, I kind of want to save my blink for the very end to create some distance and allow myself to put on a fresh ice barrier. So even though my blink is off cooldown right now, I'm saving it intentionally. This might have been a premature ice barrier, but it's okay. It's not much of a big deal. Ideally, you want to blink away, pull all these, put on a fresh ice barrier, then ice block. But I still had plenty of ice barrier left on it, so it's no big deal. So wait for everything to get on me. Frost Nova, Cone of Cold, and I just AE everything down. You do run the risk of getting silenced. If you get silenced, just kind of kite everything until your silence comes off cooldown, and then just blow everything up. So you can have spare health and mana pots, or have your mana gems ready to go if you absolutely need them, but I don't think you guys are gonna need them. I mean, I'm pretty geared, so maybe if you're coming in here with like fresh level 60 gear, then you're gonna need pots and mana gems. So the reason why I pull everything like that in the beginning is because if you don't, then well, when you kill, there's 2 bosses that you kill, and when you kill those 2 bosses, there's 2 patrols that spawn. And so the reason why I was doing this initially was because I was having people follow me and loot everything as I went along. So when you kill both those bosses in one pull, both of the patrols spawn and you end up killing them. There's one that spawns right there, and the other one's right there going up the stairs. So Now you can just kind of pull them into your next big pull that you're going to be doing. I also have sometimes some issues with there's two bats and I think it's Ono or something like that that's in this room coming up. They have they tend to reset at a certain point, and I found that if you deal enough damage to them right now, then they won't reset. So that's why I kind of spam my abilities on them when I'm on top of them. So here I'm just gonna Frost Nova, then blink away. So just AE, rank 1 AE everything. Stay on your right because it'll hit you if you stay too close to the edge or the doorway that they're coming through. AE these, jump over here, and I wait for the majority of them to come over here. I wait in the middle of this pack right here. And when I get enough over here, I'll Frost Nova him, the pack here. And I do this because when you're going up this tower, you'll get some leeway mechanic that allows the mobs to start hitting you while you're running up the staircase when they're like a couple levels below you. See, as you see here, I'm getting hit. I'm getting all these absorbs on my ice barrier. It's because those mobs are starting to come into the staircase and they're hitting me through the floor. So you'll have to use, if you're doing this efficiently, you have to use a cold snap here to re-ice barrier or to re-ice block. But it's okay because you should have your next ice block up ready by the next run, and your cold snap will be ready as well. So pretty self-explanatory. You're just Frost Novaing out of the ice block, doing Flame Strike, Cone of Cold, AE, everything down, easy peasy. If you're low on mana, you want to instantly drink up here because the elemental Void Walkers that he spawns drain mana. So you want to kill them as fast as possible, and you want to make sure you have the mana to kill them. Otherwise, you're getting stuck in wanding them to death, and it takes forever because they kind of heal. No, just for the sake of speed, I'm evocating here. And I'm clearing to the dog boss. This is the part of the instance where you typically wouldn't clear, but since I'm doing these things so efficiently, you kind of just have to slow yourself down and pull these inefficient bosses. It'd be nice if the whole instance was like big mobs and packs, but you know, you get what you're given. So since these packs are so small, you don't need a ice block for them. So Frost Nova, Flame Strike, AE down. Then the last boss is nothing spectacular. He has a lot of health, so kind of want to make sure you go in with a decent amount of mana, just so that you have the mana to kill him. But so far recording this video, I'm already 9 minutes in. So as you can see, if it takes me about 10 minutes to get all this done, then then you're going to be hitting instance cap and having to wait a couple minutes eventually. So if you loot the stuff, you can probably slow yourself down, but I wasn't even really looting. So I don't know how many Assassin's Blades that I had left behind. So there it is. Also, if you're wondering how to get out of here the fastest, I also do, I like to do master loot when I hit the last boss, just in case I have anybody in my group that's not that hasn't done the instance. And if I do master loot, I can just drop the items right in their inventory when they're at the beginning. Sometimes I have guys like following me, but if they're not following me, that's when I do master loot and just drop the items in their bags. So I'm gonna let this thing play out to show you how much time it takes, and just to give you an idea of the pathing, if you're wondering what the most efficient way of pathing is. And it looks like I had a guy. Looks like I had a guy looting, so I'm gonna have to wait for him eventually. But the pathing's gonna be the same. He might be running. He might be a cause of running this a little late, but it's okay. And there it is. Just blink out and then you reset. So a little over 10 minutes in, that's the whole video. Hope you guys have a good time with it.